You know, I keep getting asked why we fish so much at Canoe Canada Outfitters. Well, there's a lot of different reasons, but the main thing is smallmouth bass and smallmouth bass. Now, they've got walleye and big pike and lake trout, but we go for smallmouth bass. And this week, we are going to be tearing up the smallmouth bass.
Every chance I get, there's a place I go where the bass are biting as the sun hangs low. There's a feeling I get that I hope will never end. On a deep, clear lake or an Ozark stream, I kick back, relax, and I start to dream about what Mother Nature has waiting around the bend. Hey, Larry and Bob will take me there today. My gear's packed up and I just can't wait to get out on my way. Outdoors in the heartland, it's like coming home to an old friend. That city life is not for me. There's fun as far as I can see. The great outdoors is where I want to be. Outdoors in the heartland.
Your Quality Ford dealers present Outdoors in the Heartland with Bob Richardson and Larry Woodward. This segment of Outdoors in the Heartland is brought to you by Ford and your Quality Ford dealers, Mercury Marine, Motor Guide, Never Stop, Strike King, #1 in fishing lures, Browning, the best there is, and Triton Boats, we take America fishing.
You got that on. So.
Well, I was going to say, when we go around this corner, ain't throwing that spitting king, I will.
Yeah, I was waiting to get to that side, get the shadow.
Because I've done seen enough fish on the nest and building activity that they're going to be on right on this bank. Oh yeah, it was a bass. That's a bass. Woohoo!
That's the way to start the morning off.
That is the start of the day right there. With a pig on a shadowlicious.
You know, Larry did one thing on that fish that I did not do. I put that shadowlicious with one of the Strike King jig heads. He was smart enough to put a stainless steel leader. The reason he's doing that is why?
Is because of them pike. You know, that shadowlicious swim bait is an awesome bait for smallmouth, largemouth, anything that swims. This thing is deadly. But when you're in areas where there are the pike, they'll a lot of times grab it, have that lure, and they just cut you off. So that little fine leader there is not inhibiting the action of the swim bait at all, and I'm going to be able to put more fish in the boat and avoid break-offs with that. Check out oith.com or go to facebook.com/Outdoors in the Heartland. Every week there's going to be prizes, giveaways, and contests.
This segment of Outdoors in the Heartland is brought to you by Ford and your Quality Ford dealers, and Mercury Marine.
There he is, smallmouth.
That's spitting king moment.
When we go around this corner, ain't throwing that spitting king, I will.
Male up there. Ain't is. There's going to be them females move in, as Larry said, in the next hours or days, and this is the kind of place that you want to be. That's a little chunker. Larry's retying. I'm going to take 2
Can't you stop while I'm retired? Can you not stop
Well,
while I'm retired?
you were supposed to come up here, but you know what? I took advantage of it. Back to back. A little nicer fish. Woohoo!
How you like pike now? Bite me off so you can do all the damage.
Look at the belly on that thing. Now this is a female. It's absolutely full of eggs. Look at that. She's been eating and getting ready to have babies. She's been eating, plus that belly on, she's getting ready to have baby. It's a young one. That's a young mother. There you go, girl. You're already in the right place. That thing's just fired up this morning.
Oh man, this is gonna be a day. This is gonna be one of those days. We've been fishing 5 minutes and caught 5. There we go. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. This is a better fish. This is a head shaker. Look at that. That is a toad.
I got her brother.
Look at that. That is a pretty fish. She's got her brother. Take the trolling motor out.
Folks, I hope you enjoyed today's show.
For Bob Richardson, with my partner Larry Woodward, I'm not quitting.
We just fished 20 minutes and made a show, Bob.
It's unbelievable.
We made it 100 yards and made a show.
And I think it's going to do nothing but actually get better, if you can believe that. Just don't jump, girl. There is nothing any better, nothing any more exciting, nothing that will stretch a string more acrobatic than a big old smallmouth. Look at
Like this one?
Look at the color. Don't pay no attention
Hey,
to him. He just got a
don't
little
look.
bass on.
You got one. Look at this. I got one right
Oh,
here.
look how little that is compared to this. Okay.
Now this isn't, you know,
Hey.
cut and paste, man. This is it as it's happening.
Josh, lay on this
Put
one.
one
Let it
in,
go.
take one out.
You
What
on
a-
this one? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let her swim off in that clear water.
You know, for people looking for a great Canadian fishing vacation, you're seeing this as it happens.
Give me my rod.
This is what we're used to here. This is what fires us up. Come see Bud and Jeremy year after year after year.
You know what I'm doing here, this Spitting King, you know, a lot of there's popper baits, but this actually has, I think, a little more subtle. I think that's why it works so well. But the fish are probably within 3 feet of the bank, so what I'm doing is making 3 or 4 pops, let it set, spit a couple times and reeling it in and getting back right as close to the bank as I can. As you can see, that bait just makes a nice little spit, throws the water almost 2 feet forward. Yep.
Your cork's under.
Unfrigging believable.
You think they ain't on?
These fish are like
You
on
don't think
steroids.
you just screwed up half this bank that you didn't fish?
That's like fishing in the front of the boat out of the back. It was my turn to go to the front.
Well,
Got
thanks
him.
for catching my fish. You did a good
Catching
job.
your fish. Thank you. Thank you for letting me catch your fish. Not a real big fish. You know, Larry, over the years, when these fish are up on beds, they'll eat a lot of baits to get in front of them. But I think, you know, when Strike King came out with this Zero, just a little 5-inch, do-nothing plastic bait. But I rig it on usually a 4 or 5/0 hook, usually a kind of a meaty, heavy hook, got some weight. But if there's a fish up on the bank, this little bait's gonna find it. This is just a big, heavy, wide gap 5/0 hook. And you just almost texture rig it without a weight. And a lot of times in water like this where I'm not going to get hung up on anything, I'll leave that hook completely exposed right there. It makes it a little easier to get a hook in. The only thing you got to watch when you're catching pike or even some of these bass, a lot of times when they grab it, they'll grab that line. So on occasions I'll go back and check that line, and right there is a bad spot that would cost me a fish, so I'm going to have to retie.